The cold expanse of space shimmered with the flickering light of distant stars. A single Leviathan warship loomed in the darkness, its engines humming like a sleeping beast. Inside, the mad titan Thanos stood before his throne, his piercing eyes locked onto a glowing holographic projection of a distant world. Yautja Prime. The homeworld of the Predators, an ancient warrior race known as the Yautja. A planet teeming with vicious, battle-hardened hunters who had roamed the universe for centuries, perfecting the art of death. It was here, hidden in the depths of their ancestral vaults, that one of the fabled Infinity Stones rested, the Soul Stone. Thanos smirked. He had conquered countless worlds, raised civilizations, and crushed the mightiest of warriors beneath his heel. But this would be different. The Yautja were not prey, they were apex predators. They would not surrender, nor would they flee. They would fight, and Thanos relished the challenge. With a single thought, he commanded his ship forward. Alone, without his armies or his Black Order, he would claim what was his. As Thanos descended upon Yautja Prime, the atmosphere crackled with lightning, casting eerie shadows across a planet of jagged cliffs, dense jungles, and sprawling stone fortresses. The air was thick with the scent of blood and steel. His landing did not go unnoticed. The Yautja, sensing an intruder, activated their cloaking devices and began their silent hunt. The first wave of warriors struck with calculated precision. Energy plasma blasts rained from the treetops. Razor-sharp spears whizzed through the air, and heat-seeking projectiles locked onto Thanos' massive frame. But the Titan was prepared. With a flick of his wrist, the power stone within his gauntlet flared to life. The ground beneath him cracked and exploded outward, sending shockwaves that toppled trees and sent the attackers flying. He ripped a spear from his chest, the wound sealing almost instantly. Impressive, Thanos growled, but futile. More predators emerged, their shimmering forms materializing all around him. They wielded wrist blades, glaives, and whips crackling with plasma energy. The elder predators, larger and adorned with ancient ceremonial armor, stood at the forefront. One of them stepped forward, clicking its mandibles. It brandished an ornate dagger, the hilt encrusted with an orange gemstone that pulsed with an eerie glow. The Soul Stone. Thanos lunged, his fists colliding with the Elder Predator's armor, sending sparks flying. The creature retaliated with blinding speed, slashing with its glaive, carving deep gashes into the Titan's skin. But Thanos barely flinched. He caught the Predator by its throat, crushing it with brutal force and tossing it aside like a broken toy. The jungle erupted into chaos. Predators leapt from all angles, overwhelming him with sheer numbers. One impaled him with a plasma spear, another detonated a self-destruct charge, engulfing them in a fiery explosion. But as the smoke cleared, Thanos emerged, his armor scorched, his face twisted in grim satisfaction. "You fight well," he muttered, "but I am inevitable." He raised his gauntlet, channeling the full might of the Power Stone. The battlefield ignited with an explosion that sent bodies flying. The ground split open, swallowing warriors whole. Thanos tore through them, his fists breaking bones, his might unstoppable. The last predator standing was the Elder who had wielded the Soul Stone. It let out a guttural roar, activating its final weapon, a massive plasma cannon mounted on its shoulder. It fired a blinding beam of energy directly at Thanos. Thanos raised his hand. The beam struck his palm and dissipated, its energy absorbed into the gauntlet. He closed the distance in an instant, gripping the Elder Predator's arm and wrenching the Soul Stone from its grasp. The Predator collapsed, defeated but not broken. It gazed at Thanos with unyielding defiance. Thanos looked down at his prize, feeling the immense power radiating from the stone. He had won. The war was over. He turned away, leaving the battlefield littered with the bodies of the greatest hunters the universe had ever known. The jungle was silent now, save for the crackling of smoldering fires. Thanos glanced at the stone, remembering the cost of wielding such power. He knew what was required to fully harness the Soul Stone's potential, a sacrifice. As he walked through the battlefield, his heavy steps echoing through the broken landscape, his gaze fell upon the last living Yautja, an elder warrior who had been watching from the shadows. It stepped forward, removing its mask, revealing battle-worn features and eyes filled with pride, not fear. Thanos spoke, his voice firm. "You understand the price, don't you?" The Predator let out a slow, guttural growl. It knew. Warriors like them did not fear death. They embraced it. The Yautja took a knee before Thanos, accepting its fate. With one swift motion, the Titan placed his massive hand upon the warrior's head, and, with a single pulse of energy from the gauntlet, the Yautja was no more. The Soul Stone flared, its essence now bound to its new master. As Thanos clenched his fist, the jungle winds howled, carrying with them the echoes of the greatest hunt ever fought. The hunt was over, and once again, the Mad Titan stood victorious.